Chapter 1, Rico's Secret Passion. Deep down, under the big, bustling city, there was a dark and twisty sewer where all the rats lived. It was smelly, squishy, and super slimy, just the way the rats liked it. Well, most of the rats. You see, there was one little rat who was different. His name was Rico. Now, Rico looked just like all the other rats, small and gray, with twitchy little whiskers and a long, wiggly tail. But Rico had a secret. A big, shiny secret. Rico didn't like digging through garbage. He didn't enjoy playing in puddles of sewer slime. And he definitely didn't care about being dirty. Nope, Rico had one true love. Rico loved to dance. When no one was watching, Rico would twirl and spin. He would slide on his paws across the slippery sewer floor, leaping and hopping like he was on stage. Sometimes he would even shake his little tail and wiggle his whiskers in time to music only he could hear in his head. 1, 2, 3, spin! Rico would whisper to himself, practicing his best moves. And a little tail shake. Perfect! Dancing made Rico feel light and happy, like he wasn't just a little sewer rat. When he danced, Rico felt like he could fly. But Rico had a problem. You see, the other rats didn't understand his love for dancing. One day, while Rico was practicing his best twirls, a group of rats spotted him. "What are you doing, Rico?" snickered Grub, a big, grumpy rat with a chewed-up ear. "Are you dancing?" laughed another rat named Slick. His laugh sounded like the squeak of a rusty door. "Rats don't dance," Grub sneered. "We're supposed to be dirty. We're supposed to eat garbage and roll in the muck." Rico's ears drooped. His paws stopped mid-twirl. "You're weird, Rico?" Slick added, shaking his head. "Dancing isn't for rats." The other rats laughed and scurried away, leaving Rico all alone. Rico sat down on a cold, wet rock and hugged his tail close. Maybe they're right, he thought sadly. Maybe rats aren't supposed to dance, but deep inside, his paws still itched to move. And as he sat there feeling lonely and small, Rico didn't realize that someone else had been watching him from the shadows. Someone big, someone scaly, someone with a great big toothy smile. Chapter 2, A Wise Sewer Friend. As Rico sat on the cold, soggy rock feeling small and sad, he heard a sound. Plop, splish, slosh. Something was moving through the sewer water. Something big. Rico's ears perked up. His whiskers twitched nervously. "Who's there?" he called out, trying to sound brave, though his tiny voice wobbled just a little. Plop, splish, slosh. Out of the shadows, a huge shape appeared. It was long and green, with bumpy scales and a wide, toothy grin. 2 big eyes blinked at him kindly from above a snout as long as a broomstick. "Well, hey there, little dancer," rumbled a deep, friendly voice. Rico's eyes went wide. His paws shook just a little. "Alligator," he squeaked, frozen like a statue. The big creature chuckled, a warm, soft sound that echoed gently through the sewer tunnels. "Relax, little guy," the alligator said. "I'm not here to scare you. Name's Alfie. I've been living down here for ages." Rico blinked in surprise. "You saw me dancing?" "Sure did," Alfie said, plopping down in the water with a splash that sent ripples all around. "You've got some fancy footwork there. I used to dance a little myself, back when my legs didn't feel like noodles." Rico's cheeks turned pink under his gray fur. "But I'm not supposed to dance," he mumbled. "I'm a rat. Rats are supposed to be dirty and eat garbage, not twirl around like ballerinas." Alfie let out a big, gentle laugh. "Says who?" "All the other rats," Rico sighed. "They laugh at me. They say dancing is weird for a rat." Alfie shook his big head and leaned in closer. His voice was soft, like a secret floating on the breeze. "Listen, Rico, people and rats will always have something to say. But if dancing makes you happy, you should dance. Dance until your paws can't dance anymore. Forget what anyone else thinks." Rico's whiskers twitched with curiosity. "But what if I look silly? What if they laugh again?" Alfie gave him a toothy grin. "Then let 'em laugh. You just keep dancing. You never know. One day, those same rats might want to dance right along with you." For the first time all day, Rico felt a little warmth in his heart. "You really think so?" he asked. "I know so," Alfie said with a wink. Rico thought about Alfie's words. Maybe the sewer wasn't the right place for a dancing rat after all. Maybe, just maybe, there was a place where he could be himself, where no one would laugh at his twirls and spins. His little paws began to itch to move again. "Thanks, Alfie," Rico said with a smile. I think it's time for me to go find a place where I can dance." Alfie gave him a gentle nudge with his snout. "You go get him, Rico, and remember, keep dancing no matter what." With a deep breath and a spark of hope in his heart, Rico scurried off, leaving the dark sewer behind. Little did he know, his biggest adventure was just beginning. Chapter 3, A New Adventure Begins. Rico had never left the sewer before. The tunnels were dark, damp, and smelled like old socks, stinky old socks. But now, for the first time, he was climbing up, up, up towards something new. With every little paw step, Rico's heart beat faster. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bottom. He was excited and just a tiny bit scared. At last, he found a little crack in the wall where sunlight peeked through. Sunlight! Rico had never seen it before. He squeezed through the gap, squinting his eyes as bright golden rays tickled his fur. "Whoa," Rico whispered. Everything was so bright and colorful. The air smelled fresh, like flowers and warm grass, not like moldy bread and old sewer water. Rico took a few brave steps out onto soft green grass. He looked around and spotted tall trees that stretched their arms up to the sky, big fluffy clouds drifting lazily above, and wait, what was that sound? Boom, boom, tap, tap, clap! Boom, boom, tap, tap, clap! It was music! Rico's ears perked up. His paws began to tingle. His tail gave the tiniest wiggle. "I know that beat," Rico whispered with a smile. Without thinking, his paws started to tap along, first a little shuffle, then a spin, and then twirl. The sound was coming from the park. Rico scurried closer, his tiny heart pounding with excitement. He peeked through the tall grass and, wow! There was a dance party! Right there in the middle of the park. A group of animals were moving and grooving like nobody was watching. A rabbit was bouncing up and down like a furry trampoline. A squirrel twirled and flipped through the air like a furry ballerina. Birds flapped their wings to the beat, chirping happily. Boom, tap, tap, clap! They were dancing with joy, with no one teasing or laughing at them. Just pure, happy dancing. Rico took a deep breath and tiptoed closer. Hi, he squeaked, his voice small and shaky. The music stopped. All the animals turned and stared. Rico's paws froze. What if they laugh at me, just like the sewer rats did? But then the rabbit bounced forward with a big, toothy grin. "Hey there, little guy. You like to dance?" Rico swallowed hard and gave a tiny nod. "Yeah, but I'm not very good." The squirrel did a little backflip and landed with a happy squeak. "Doesn't matter. Dancing's not about being good. It's about having fun." The birds chirped in agreement, fluttering their wings. "Come on, show us your moves." Rico blinked. No teasing, no laughter, just smiles. His paws started to move, slowly at first. A little wiggle here, a hop there, then his tail gave a happy spin. Before he knew it, Rico was dancing, really dancing, just like he always dreamed. The music picked up again and the animals cheered. "Go, Rico, go!" shouted the rabbit. "Spin that tail," squeaked the squirrel. For the first time ever, Rico felt free. No teasing, no sewer slime, just sunshine, music, and friends who loved dancing as much as he did. And in that happy moment, Rico knew this was where he belonged. The sewer rats get curious. Back in the dark, drippy sewers, something felt different. The rats were busy with their usual messy fun, splashing in puddles, rolling in the muck, and digging through garbage for the best old pizza crusts, but something was off. "Hey, where's Rico?" Grub asked, scratching behind his ear with a grimy paw. Slick twitched his nose. "Yeah, I haven't seen him in days. No weird little twirls, no silly spins." Grub frowned. "Huh, weird." At first, the other rats tried not to care. So what if Rico was gone? They didn't need his dancing anyway, right? But after a while, the sewer felt a little too quiet. A little too boring. No twirls, no happy hums, no silly foot tap echoing through the tunnels. "It's kind of dull without him," mumbled Slick, his voice soft like a secret. Grub scratched his head. "Yeah, I mean, I didn't like his dancing, but maybe it wasn't that bad." Then suddenly, thump, thump, clap, boom, boom, clap! "What's that noise?" One rat squeaked, his ears perking up. "It sounds like music?" Grub sniffed the air. "And fresh air? Is that sunshine I smell?" The rats twitched their noses and followed the strange sounds and smells through the winding tunnels. The further they went, the stronger the music grew. Boom, boom, tap, tap, clap. Finally, they reached a little crack in the wall where light poured through. One by one, the rats squished through the gap, blinking as their eyes adjusted to the brightness. The outside world. And there, right in the middle of the park, was Rico. The rats froze. Their eyes went wide. Rico wasn't hiding or sneaking around. He wasn't sitting alone. Nope, he was dancing, spinning, twirling, leaping, his little paws moving faster than ever before. And around him was a crowd of animals cheering him on. A rabbit bounced to the beat. A squirrel flipped and spun. Birds chirped and flapped their wings in time with the music. And Rico? Rico looked happy. Grub blinked in surprise. Whoa! Look at him go! Slick scratched his head. Yeah, I didn't know Rico could dance like that. The other rats watched in silence. Suddenly, something funny bubbled up inside them, a feeling they didn't expect. Jealousy. But not the mean kind. It was the kind that made their paws itch and their tails wiggle. Maybe, just maybe, dancing didn't look so silly after all. Grub cleared his throat. You think we should try it? Slick shrugged. I mean, it does look kind of fun. The rats took a small step closer, curious and unsure. And Rico? He hadn't noticed them yet. He was too busy twirling with joy. But soon, very soon, he was about to see his old friends in a whole new way. Chapter 5, Dancing Together. Rico spun, twirled, and hopped with joy, his little paws moving faster than ever. The sun was warm on his fur, the grass felt soft under his feet, and the music in the park made him feel alive. Boom! Boom! Tap! Tap! Clap! Yeah, Rico! The squirrel cheered, flipping into a somersault. You've got the moves, shouted the rabbit, bouncing higher than ever. Rico grinned from ear to ear. This was where he belonged. Dancing with friends who cheered him on and loved him for who he was. But then, something made him stop mid-twirl. Out of the corner of his eye, he saw a small group standing at the edge of the park, just past the trees. The sewer rats. Rico's heart skipped a beat. For a moment, all those old feelings came rushing back. Would they laugh at him again? Would they call him weird? But when he looked closer, something was different. Grub and Slick weren't laughing. They weren't teasing. They were just watching, their eyes wide, their paws twitching nervously. Rico took a deep breath and did something brave. He waved. Hey, you guys want to join? Rico called out, his voice soft but warm. The sewer rats shuffled their paws awkwardly. Us? Grub asked, scratching his head. Yeah, Rico said with a smile. It's fun. You don't need to be good. Just move however you feel. The rats looked at each other, unsure. Slick took a tiny step forward. I mean, maybe just a little try. Yeah, but no twirls. I'm not doing twirls. Grub grumbled, though his tail gave a little wiggle anyway. The music started up again. Boom, boom, tap, tap, clap. Slowly, awkwardly, the rats began to move. A little shuffle here, a tiny hop there. Grub did a clumsy wiggle that made the other rats snicker, but not in a mean way. And then something amazing happened. The rats were dancing. The other animals cheered, welcoming them in with big smiles and happy hops. Rico's heart felt as light as air. He danced over to his old friends and twirled around them. See, it's fun. Grub let out a surprised laugh. Okay. Maybe dancing isn't so bad after all. Slick spun around in a circle, laughing so hard he fell over. Hey, look at me. I'm a spinning top. Soon everyone was dancing together, rabbits, squirrels, birds, and rats all moving to the beat under the bright, sunny sky. Even Alfie the alligator had made his way out of the sewer, watching from the shadows with a proud, toothy grin. Rico twirled one last time and looked around at all his friends, old and new. His heart was full. They weren't laughing anymore. They were dancing. And Rico, he had never felt happier. Because sometimes the best way to shine is to just be you, and to never ever stop dancing. The end.